Hi everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. Sometimes as jazz musicians, we reharmonize pop tunes and rock tunes. It's one of the funnest things we get to do because as musicians, we love all kinds of music and we don't want to limit ourselves to being in this box of only jazz standards. And we like rock music, we like pop music, so we get to take those songs and make them our own. And sometimes I get asked about how you go about doing that, taking something that's relatively simple, keeping the beautiful simplicity of it and somehow making it more harmonically complex. And really, let's face it, it's kind of because jazz musicians get a little bit bored with hearing the same 4 chords over and over again, like in most pop songs. So we just make it a little cooler and we have a great time with it. We're going to use the song It's Time by the Imagine Dragons. The first thing I like to do is to get a grasp on all of the little bits of melody that we have to deal with. And in this song, there's a few of them. We've got this beginning that goes... That part, that's like the intro. And then we've got this verse, right? That's the verse. And then the chorus happens. Then the last part is the bridge that goes We've got those 4 parts: intro, verse, chorus, bridge. There's a second verse as well, but it's the same as the first. So after we take those pieces of the melody, we go through them one by one. That's all, those are the only notes in the intro, except for at the end it goes. So we've got these 4 notes in our melody of the intro. So I like to take those 4 notes, D, E, F sharp, and A, and figure out what chords I can play that have those notes in it. So we can start with D major and we can see that D major is one of them, right? I've got a piece of paper up here, just some scratch paper, and I'm going to start writing the chords that work. So D major is the first. D major works great, as do all of the chords that are built from the major scale of D. The first thing to do is to look at all of the chords that come from the major scale, the D major scale. So we look at D is good. How about E minor? Because we take the notes of the D major scale and we can build chords with each of them. Just triads using only the notes of the D major scale. So it gives us D major. Right, we're dealing with those notes. It works great. E minor, how does it sound? Sounds good. E minor is definitely one of them. We got E minor. All right. F sharp minor is the next one. Yeah, I think that works. F sharp minor sounds nice. I'll write it down. G major. For sure. Next one, A major. Yeah, it kind of works. We've got this rub, so let's call it A sus. So we'll call it A sus. B minor is next. Works great. We call it B minor 7 because it has the A in it. And C sharp diminished is the next one. It's kind of a rub. I'm not gonna use that one. I don't think that sounds very good. Okay, the next thing that we do is we think about outside of the key what chords might work. So the next thing I kind of do is just kind of point at root notes. How about E flat? I don't think it works because of the E natural in the melody. How about E major? It works, except for we have to call it E7 because of the D. So that's another good one. We'll write it on the second row here, E7. That works. How about F? It doesn't work because of this F sharp. That doesn't sound good at all. How about F sharp major? No, it's too crunchy. I don't like it. We have G minor. Would that work? It would totally work. We'll call it a G minor major 7, 9. So G minor 9, major 7. That totally works. G7 would not work because we've got this crunch, that would be bad. How about A flat major? Well, it doesn't quite work, but if we got rid of the E flat in it and just thought of it as A flat 7 altered, that would work really nicely. Because the D becomes the flat 5, this is the F sharp is the flat 7 and the A is the flat 9. So that kind of works. I'm going to write down A flat 7 altered. All right. Now we move to A major. We've already talked about A, and we figured out that A sus would be right. I think that's about all. Because of that strong D, we have to do some kind of an A sus chord if we're going to use A. Let's go to B flat. It's very augmented, isn't it? Very cool chord. So yeah, a B flat augmented works nicely. And then we already have B minor. How about B major? No, it won't work because of this clash. That would be bad. And now we're to C. How about C major? It works. It's a C Lydian kind of sound, so I like that. C major. We can put plus 11 in it. And how about C7? Like a C altered? That works as well. C7 plus 11. Actually, we should probably call it C13 because of the A that comes in there. And C minor won't work because of the strong E. I think we've covered all of them. There they are. These are our chords that are in the key. These are our chords that are out of the key. All right, now we have our choice. We need to build a 4-chord system that sounds nice. The one that Imagine Dragons uses is here. We have D, like D major, and then I think they go to F sus, and then to B minor, and then to G. And that's so common. It's the 1 major to the 5 sus, and then to the 6 minor, to the 4. 1, 5, 6, 4 progression. You see it all over pop music all of the time. It sounds good, that's why they use it. But we want to come up with something different, don't we? I'd like to start with the D. We don't need to be crazy right up front, do we? Sometimes I like to think of if a descending bass line would work. So we can start in the key, and we can keep that D major chord and use the C sharp underneath. And that's okay, but it's too close to what they do, I think. I don't really like that. What if we borrow from outside of the key and use a descending bass line? So what if we take that C major plus 11 chord? That's nice, isn't it? C major. That's pretty nice. I like that. I like that option. And now, to keep descending, what if we use a B on the bottom with a G chord? So like a G over B. G major over B. I don't want to go to the 5. We're descending, right? We've gone D, C, B. What if we just try the B flat? What was our B flat chord? It was B flat augmented. That's kind of nice. I think I like that. So let's try that. I think that's really cool. I think it's time to write that down. It's definitely a good option. Divide my staff line into 4 bars. I write the D major here. Now, jazz musicians, we always write triangles for major, usually anyway. It's kind of fast, unless we stop to talk about it. And we use a C major plus 11, right? And then we use a G major with a B on the bottom. And then the last one was a B flat augmented chord. All right. I don't want to do it too many times. We could do it twice and then come up with something else, I think. I think maybe actually we should only do it once and then switch it. Let's keep going down. So that's like a D major 7 with the A on the bottom. I'll write that down, that's a good choice. And let's keep going down. What did I write down? A flat 7 altered works, that's descending. Yeah, I like that. And then to descend we can go back to G major. And I don't know about this F sharp on the bottom. What if we do an F instead? Was there any? No, there was no F chord. We've got to figure out something cool to get us back to D major to start the song. So let's go back at it again. What if we went up to the C major again? I think that's a good choice. Oh, we could even make it C13. We haven't used that one yet. Let's do that one. I think that sounds good. All right, so now let's hear how those sound. Now we're ready to start our tune. I think that's great. And if we ever want to, we can bring those chords back and improvise over them, and they'll sound really nice. So many options. Those are really cool chords. Let's move to the verse. I think those are all of our notes. This one? I think those are all of our notes. Okay, so we can kind of use the same chords that we've already used, the same ideas that we've already written down. Right, these ones, because those are a lot of the same notes in the melody. We add a couple more notes, but for the most part, it's just a nice idea to write down some chords that you know will probably work and just have them at your disposal. It's like your little arsenal right here of weapons. So I'm just going to mess around a little bit with those chords until I find something that I like. Crazy. No, doesn't sound right. Well, that's one that we forgot, isn't it? B flat diminished. I need to add it to our arsenal. That's a good chord. I don't know if that's the right place to use it, but it's not bad. B minor, right? B11. So this is like a B flat 7 altered. In fact, B flat 7 altered is one that I didn't have up here, but I'm adding it. It's all right, you can just keep adding. It's the cool thing about messing around on the piano. Sometimes you can just, find new things, and that's all right. Just keep adding to your arsenal up there. What if we don't start on D? So we were like, right, our last two chords were. Chord. What's another one? Maybe G minor 9 sharp 11? Ooh, what would sound good after that? I'm not sure. Let's go back to the E minor. That's a pretty cool idea. melody. That's pretty nice. We could go from E minor to C major, Lydian. I know you can't see, that's a C down there. It's like a 10th I'm reaching. I kind of like it. So that was E minor, da da da, C Lydian, da 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 da, maybe G6, and then an A sus. Flat diminished, and now we can go to B minor. I like it, let's write it. E minor 9. Maybe we call it E minor 11. It's got that strong A in the melody. Next one was C major with a plus 11. We had a G minor 9 with a major 7. And then we were going to do A sus to B flat diminished, to B minor. Right? Let's see how it sounds. I really like that part. That sounds like an abrupt change to me. I don't like this. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you can look at it mathematically. You can say, all right, I've got an A coming up. What if I had a G here, what if I lower it one more and put 2 chords in the bar? Then I could use some kind of an F sharp to some kind of a G to the A. Then it's a nice bass line. It's also nice to hear the bass drop a tritone, I think, from C to F sharp. So what is my F sharp minor chord in my arsenal over there? It's F sharp minor. And I don't know about what kind of a G. Let's work on it. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's an F sharp minor 11. But we have to switch chords sooner. There's the C. Now here's the F sharp 11, F sharp minor 11. That's a G6. Let's keep the notes from the F sharp minor 11, like the A, which is the 9 in G, and the B, which was the 11. All right, that's the 3rd, and the C sharp is cool because that's, yeah. So let's make this G major 13 sharp 11 because the E is also in there. So that's cool. We keep the same notes from both chords. We just alter the bass note, and then it's going to lead us nicely to the A sus. I'll bet that'll sound great. Reach a 9th with your left hand, that's pretty cool. But we have to move on that. I don't like it. I don't think I like it. You know, sometimes that happens. You just gotta try again. I think it's nice if I make sure and move right on the beat. I think it sounds cool. Okay, all right. Now that we've landed on the B minor chord, on the song it actually stays there for quite a bit, right? Stop, don't hold back, and then to a G. So sometimes it's also good to go back and just, you know, understand what was in the original. So it's a lot of B minor, really. My jazz ears hear that. To go from that B minor It's a 2/5, right, in the key of A. But my jazz kind of trained ears heard that right there. So it would be nice to descend like that, maybe with the bass line. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. It might be boring to some people, but I kind of like it. E7. That's kind of nice. So we went from don't hold back, G major, we'll call it G add 2, and then I went to a C7 with a sharp 11, C13, sharp 11, and we'll go to a D for the second time around through the verse. There's like 16 bars in the verse. We'll go to just a strong D major chord. All right, let's look at what we've got. All right. I'm here. Let's stay on the D for 2 bars there. I just think it feels good to do what they do in the original. And then we've got to go somewhere else. I don't really want to let you down. We haven't used a G minor 9 yet. I don't really want to leave. We can't use it because leave is a B natural in the melody, so that one, we crossed that off for now. We can't use it. Have we used the A flat 7 altered yet? Yes, we have. I think we've used just about all of them. So let me just use my ears for a second. I think that sounds good. We've got altered tones in the melody for A flat 7 altered. It's a cool sounding chord. It's actually worth noting that the word rain check, I think, happens right here. Giving the commodities a rain check. And then it kind of starts up again. I don't really want to let you down. Right here. I don't really want to leave this town. The A flat 7 is going to last for 2 bars, right? Rain check, 2, 3, 4, 1. I don't really want to let you down. 2, 3, 4. I don't really want to leave this town. We go to G major here. And for 1, 2, I think that should stay for 2. 'Cause after all, C major sounds nice there. Oh, the city never sleeps tonight. Now we can use our G minor 9 plus 7 here. 'Cause always the minor 4 is a nice choice. It's like this beautiful plagal cadence to take us into the major 1 for the chorus because it's coming right up. So G major 9 plus 11. And this one was what? C major plus 11 again? I think so. After all, the city never sleeps tonight. It's time to begin. And we've got our chorus going on. Let me show you my hands on all of this again so you can see the voicings. So I think we were at the 2/5 last time I was showing you my hands. That reminds me of something. It's a little corny. I'm not sure that's the best way to play it. Something like that. Oh, we could even go to it by tritone substitution. So for a second we could play F. I don't know if it'll work. F7 to the E7. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I think that puts a little more jazz kind of flavor in it. I'm going to add it. So it's an F7 plus 11. That's not bad. sharp 11. Let's make it C7 sharp 11 again. Sounds better. Oh, after all, the oh, how are we gonna do this one? Never sleeps tonight, like that. Would be nice to hold this as a fermata, wouldn't it? 'Cause after all, I don't really wanna leave this town. An idea. We don't have to. I can put like a fermata with a question mark, just depending on. Maybe I wait till I get with my band and see how they feel about that. Do you guys want to do a fermata right here, or do you want to not? Just plow through. You can ask opinions on things that you're not sure about. Okay, we've got this chorus coming up now. This is the time where I want to mess around again with all of my chords. This is what they do. The E7, which is pretty hip for the Imagine Dragons to go to the 5 of 5 like that. The E7 is the 5 of A7, so we call it the 5 of 5. We don't hear that very much in pop music these days. Especially because there's a sharp 9 in the melody. That's what they do. We could actually do that once and then change it and do it again. If we go about this really simply the first time through and make it absolutely nuts the second time through, that might be really cool. So if we go, we do just what they did, because our audience won't be expecting that at this point. So we've got D major for one bar, B minor for the next, then E7, then G major, and now we'll mess them up. So let's go to the relative minor to do it the second time. And from that G major chord, let's get into the relative minor. Let's lead to it. Maybe take the old trick of just going, playing the diminished 7th chord that leads into it. So we go from G major to, we'll call it a B flat diminished chord. Now, okay, relative minor for the next part. It's be a crazy cool thing to do here. Let me get into it again. We've done this cadence to the relative minor. I think it might be nice to descend now after we've arrived at this minor. Maybe 2 chords per bar. So B flat. B flat augmented. A sus here to the A flat 7 plus 11. I'm just the same as I was. G major, I mean, it makes sense to our ears, it keeps descending. Okay, let's do it again. It's kind of nice to harmonize in thirds. And now we've got an A sus. Maybe we harmonize in a whole tone scale there. That's pretty cool. just going to make a little note. Let's just keep walking down to an F sharp minor. To an E minor, and then maybe we'll jump up to a C. Just a really simple, like a C major chord. Maybe we'll call it, we'll just call it C major. Never changing who I am. And we're back to D. So here's what I wrote during that section. We have this B minor. Rhythms, I just kind of wrote the notes. So the only section that we have to redo or to reharmonize is the bridge. I think we could totally change the melody on the bridge. Like, let's totally get out of the key for a little bit. So, and let's keep the contour of the melody, but totally change it. Let's go to some other realms here. We can start with it. What if we did that? What if we went from B to F? And then we change the melody. So we keep it. We've got the F sharps. But then we can change it. Something like that. I don't think that was exactly right, but it's not a bad idea. Sorry, this is not B major. This is B minor. From B minor. I don't know if I like, yeah, I don't know. And then I stay on the F. And now we're in E flat major. So we've kept the contour of the melody, but we've changed the notes. Would be the next step. And that's a D and a G. But maybe we should do something different with those as well. Because I think it would be nice to move from F to E flat to D flat major. I think that might be really cool. Down to an F for a D flat chord. And then maybe we just kind of hold on to it. We don't have to do the whole bridge. We're just doing like an impression of the bridge. Right? Yeah, it's like an impression of the bridge. Let's see how those sound. Then we can go into whatever we want, but we hold this for a while, and then we can go back to another section. It's like a digression or something. I think it's cool. The only thing I'm not really happy with is this F chord. I'm not sure that that's the right place to go. But let's try it. I just want to play it and see how it sounds. Not too bad. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.